Hi guys, Alice Taylor down at Living Golf Academy, and today I'm going to be testing the brand new TaylorMade Sim metalwoods. Right then, so TaylorMade have got three new fairway woods. They have got the Sim Max, and the Sim Max D that I don't actually have to test. Don't have a massive issue with that for me personally, because I'm not necessarily somebody who would want a draw biased fairway wood. But three new fairway woods, two of which I've got to test to sit alongside the new Sim drivers. So I've already tested the drivers, checked that video out, see which I thought was the best out of the drivers. But very interested to look at the different tech in the heads, maybe which clubs these guys are going to favour, and if you're looking for new fairway woods for this year, are the Sim family something that might be going in your bag for 2020? Right, so first of all, we're going to look at the Sim fairway wood. This is the kind of more premium of the fairway woods available, but let's look at the tech in the head, see if this is going to be something that's worth paying that extra for. So for the TaylorMade Sim, we're looking at a reintroduction of the V-steel sole, so less friction as the club interacts with the ground. So should be a lot easier to hit off the ground than normal. We're looking at the speed pocket still in the face, a little bit of weight up towards the face, so maybe just going to reduce that spin a little bit more. So as we move into the face, we've got a Zartec titanium face, so very lightweight, thin, certainly on those low club face strikes should see an increase in ball speed. Got twist face technology in there to help on those off-center strikes. As we look at the top now, the more of the Sim stuff you see, we've got the chalk across the front, got more of the silvery finish to the carbon crown, so still looking for something ultra forgiving. Around the hosel on Sim, we've got some adjustability, so TaylorMade's usual adjustability of going up and down in loft and playing around a little bit with club face position. This is the Rocket 3, so the 14 degree. So this should be an absolute beast off the floor. Right then guys, so we're going to start off with the Sim fairway wood. Now obviously ram-packed full of technology, and this is the top end, this is the premium model in the new fairway woods. So certainly titanium face, like we spoke about with the technology. Anything a little bit low off the face, which still should see some very good ball speeds. Now, my initial concern when I put this behind the ball, and this is more for me personally, is I feel that the club face is quite deep, and as soon as I set up with the club behind the ball, instantly it looks like I'm going to struggle to get the ball out the middle of the club face. So this is generally something I struggle with fairway woods, which is where I've always been very, very picky with 3-wood. But I've just got this at 14 degrees, so standard loft. I'm going to hit a few shots off the floor, give you some feedback on looks and feel. We'll look at some performance on TrackMan. Then I'm going to hit a couple off the tee, because I think this might be one of those models, with it being adjustable, being 14 to start with, and that ability to de-loft it, maybe those guys who struggle with driver, this might be a great second option for them. So like I said, behind the ball, I actually really like how it looks. You know, as with the drivers, I quite like the chalk at the front, more of the silver carbon crown. But let's see how it performs off the floor. Okay, so a little bit left. So I managed to get that a bit higher up the club face than I thought I probably would do. 229.265. And as I thought from that one, very, very low spin. So let's go again. So quite liked how that felt off the face though. It does feel quick off the face. So 153 ball speed, a little bit low like it felt. 243.266. So that's big. I mean, like I said at the start, generally speaking with my 3-wood, just under 240 carry, about 255 total. So that one's probably just a fraction longer than my current 3-wood. But let's see what as an average it's like. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely that deeper face for me. Feels like I've got to really kind of hit down on the ball to get it higher off the face. And again, it's a decent strike, but very, very low spin. So even off those first few shots for me, not sure with this particular setup, be great off the floor for me. Let's go one more off the floor. Try to hit a little cut there just to see if I can get the ball up in the air a little bit more. Again, ball speed's very, very good. And again, performance-wise, he's pretty good there. So let's hit one off the tee, which is where I think this, like I said at the start, potentially will be very, very good for guys. And I think instantly, as soon as I put it on a little tee, it just looks like I can get the middle of the club on the ball a little bit easier. A little bit cutty, but definitely felt easier to strike. And again, very, very good numbers off the tee. So, I mean, for me, the Sim Fairway Wood, I love all the technology that's packed in there. Just not 100% sure off the floor, if I'm being honest. I think it'll suit a lot of guys for using off the tee. And I think maybe for those guys who play where it's nice and lush and the ball sits up a little bit on the fairway, I think this will be a great fairway wood. I think kind of where I play a lot of my golf on links course, I'm not sure that deeper face is ideally going to suit, but all in all, fairly impressed with Sim. Right then, so we've hit Sim and good numbers. Not mind-blowing, but I'm not sure nowadays there's any mind-blowing stuff coming out from any of the manufacturers, but I really liked it. Liked how it looked, liked how it felt. Maybe just a little bit low spin for me with that particular setup, but that moves me on to the Sim Max. So not quite as much tech, not quite as adjustable, but again, let's have a look at the head, talk through the tech in there, then we'll hit some shots and see could this be your new fairway wood. Right then, so Sim Max. Again, we've got that V-steel sole in there. So reducing that friction should make it a lot easier to get some strike on the ball off the ground. Again, speed pocket in there for that lower face strike. Now this is where we see a difference. So this 3-wood 15 degree, but no adjustability around the hosel. So this is very much how TaylorMade are separating their fairway woods now. They don't feel everybody needs that adjustability, and for Sim Max, we're not seeing that. So now we've got a steel face on this, which is going to be part of the reason why it's going to be a less expensive version. Still got the twist face though, so that technology on off-center strikes. And certainly when you look down at the top of the club, still very, very good looking and almost looks absolutely identical to the Sim from the top. Right, so that moves me on to Sim Max. So we saw with the close-up of the head, no adjustability around the hosel and certainly not as much tech in this one. So going to be a lower price point, not as maybe custom fittable with lofts and club face positions, but still got obviously twist face in there, so plenty of tech in that head still. Still for me behind the golf ball, maybe just a little bit deep face for me personally. Just my opinion, some guys will love that, but let's see how this performed compared to Sim. Oh, do like that. So I managed to get that a little bit higher up the face. 251, 274. Now that, for me, is big. But let's hit 2 or 3 and see how consistent that is. Again, pretty good. A little bit toey. Lost a little bit of ball speed there. Again, 242, 260. Now it's funny, isn't it? Because I would probably say as a fitter, I quite like the idea of the adjustability within Sim, but I probably slightly prefer the thinner hosel on Sim Max. And certainly that extra degree of loft for me Seems to make it a little bit easier to get the ball going. Now there's one very towy, so that would be my bad one with Fairway Wood. Ball speed dropped off, but still pretty good performance. Let's go one more off the floor and then hit something off the tee. Oh, I do like that. I do like that. I really wanted to like the Sim more. Again, 244, 260. Okay, so to be fair, very like I saw with the driver. Even though there's a little bit more tech in the Sim, probably the Sim Max performing a little bit better for me. So let's go tee shot, little low tee, 3 wood. So definitely hits it up in the air. That higher strike off the face is going to provide that. 245, 262. It's getting pretty good numbers. Let's just go one more off the tee. But it'd be interesting for me that, you know, when you guys are getting fitted, if you tried both, which of the two you found you got on with better? And lovely high shot. Definitely ball speed just dropping off. Touch, 243, 261. Yeah, so I mean, for me, definitely out of the two, I probably slightly preferred the feel of the Sim. Quite like the titanium face on there. But definitely performance-wise, I got more out of Sim Max. So we look at average performance there of Sim Max. Very much maximising my carry, launching a little higher, but I've got a mixture there between tee shots and shots off the ground. Possibly spin a little bit on the low side. Don't mind that too much, but there was a slight toe strike in there, but all in all, very, very good performance. So if we looked at the performance of the Sim there, again, very, very good, very optimal, just slightly on the low spin side for me, and definitely just hitting it a little bit flatter. So launching it a little bit lower, spinning a little bit less than it should do, and just all in all, pretty decent numbers. Right then guys, so Sim and Sim Max in the Fairway Woods. For me, really liked both of them looks-wise. If I'm being honest, probably slightly preferred the feel of the Sim. Just the titanium face, I thought, felt a bit more lively. Now, having said that, just because I preferred the feel of that, I actually got more performance out of the Sim Max. Now that's where it's really, really key. Please don't just buy off the shelf. Get along, get fitted, hit the product side by side, because just because something might read like it suits you better, it might not actually perform better. And when you can hit the shot side by side, you're making an educated decision on which one works best for you. All in all, I think the Sim Fairway Woods are going to be massively selling this year. TaylorMade always make great metal woods, make great clubs through the bag now, but I've always kind of led the way with metal woods. I think Sim will be massive again this year, but it is key that you get what's right for you. So guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it. Comment below, I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you've enjoyed today's video and you don't currently subscribe, click the button, ring the notification bell. You'll find out when I drop a new video. Follow me on all my other social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.